Welcome, 7th graders. You are on day 3 of the Rube Goldberg project, and now that you have some background information about what simple machines are, it's time to start researching. And so before we start building, we have to plan, and before we start planning, we need to look up ideas. So even if you already have an idea what you want to build for your Rube Goldberg project, it's still a good idea to look up research, and maybe you'll get other ideas, but just to research and look up some ideas. So for day 3 today, that's what we're going to be working on, which is researching ideas. So in your design notebook, scroll down until you see that green Start Day 3 section here, and we're going to work here. And the first part is just looking up about Rube Goldberg. He was a person, and so most of us know Rube Goldberg as the project, or just a way to connect things from start to finish and accomplish a task, but he was the one who started it, so you have to look up, Google search most likely, who is Rube Goldberg? And so he was so-and-so. You're going to see in the yellow, this is what you have to fill out about who he was. And then you also have to look up what would you consider to be his biggest accomplishments. And so type in the highlighted portions here to fill that out about Rube Goldberg. Next, you're going to start researching ideas for your Rube Goldberg project. Now keep in mind, you're going to be building this at home, and so you're going to want to look for ideas that you can do at home, and then also look at the materials that are being used, because you are also going to have to be providing the materials for yourself. And so you're going to do 5 different sites, and so you can see source number 1, source number 2, and then when we get to source number 3, it is a different shade. It is the should do. And then source number 4 and source number 5 are the aspire to do. So the more research you do, the better. And for each of these, you need to look up these 5 questions. And so the first part, when you're looking up whether it's a video or a picture for a Rube Goldberg idea, the first one is, what simple machines are being used in the research that you're looking at? And I have fill in the blank spots here. If there's only 1 or 2 of them, that's okay. If there's more than 4 and there's 5 or all 6 of them, you can obviously add on there. The second thing that you should be looking for, is it something you can do at home? And you just have to either write yes, you can do this at home, or no, you can't. If you can't do it at home, that's okay, but try to find some ideas that will be able to be used at home so that you can get something out of this research. The third question, what do you like about the Rube Goldberg device? And then the fourth one, what materials were used? And I think this is an important one, because if you're looking up ideas but you don't have the materials, if there's something you don't have, it may not be too practical for you to look up that one, but hopefully you're getting ideas. So we're going to write down the materials that were used in this section. And then the fifth one is, what is the simple task that the Rube Goldberg device performs? So I'm going to do one sample one looking up a source with you. And so I'm going to just, first I can try Google searching Rube Goldberg ideas. And when I do this, if I click on images, I'm going to see some ideas here, which is great. The only thing is, when you're looking at pictures with Rube Goldberg, you're not exactly seeing, you have to kind of figure it out on your own. So from this picture, I could see the boxing glove would push the bowling ball forward, which would then push the bowling pin up, which would then have this go down. So I could probably figure it out and figure out what the simple machines are. I see a wheel inclined plane here. I see a wheel inclined plane here, a pulley system here. And so I could probably figure it out, but I think I might get more out of it if I look at videos. So I'm actually going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to type in Rube Goldberg ideas and see where that takes me, if I can get some ideas. And when you do this, you're going to get a lot of videos. And the thing with the research is, it takes a lot of time, whether you're reading a lot of ideas or looking at different videos. So if you end up looking up a few videos but you think, no, I don't want to do that, that's okay, but you just got to keep finding ones that maybe you will be able to use. So as you look through this, there's obviously tons of ideas, so I'm just going to pick on this one here, and we can watch it together.
Hi, this is our Rube Goldberg, and let's see how it is. Alright, So we will start by pushing that car down the ramp, which is gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy. The first car will then hit the second car, which is a gravitational potential energy transfer, which will then go down the car using mechanical kinetic energy. The first car will then hit the dominoes, which will be a gravitational potential energy transfer to kinetic energy as it moves and hits the golf ball. The golf ball will receive gravitational potential energy and move down the ramp using kinetic energy. When it falls in the cup, it will use gravitational energy, hit the switch, which will turn into chemical potential energy, which will turn on the light using electrical energy and radiant energy.
All right, here we go.
So, looking at this video, they talked a lot about chemical energy, potential energy. What we need to know are the 5 questions in your design notebook here. So the simple machines that were used, when I look through this, I can see right away, this is a wheel and axle. That's one of the simple machines. This is an inclined plane. That's the second one here. And then the dominoes is actually a lever, so we are already at 3 of them. And so I'm going to write those in right here. The simple machines that were used here were wheel and axle, inclined plane, and what was a lever. Okay. Could I build this at home? Yes, I could. Those look like materials that I have at home and that I would be able to do. So I'm going to say, yes, I can build this at home. What I like about the Rube Goldberg device is, what I liked about it is it included a golf ball. The materials that were used, so when I go back here and look at, there were dominoes, a golf ball, it looks like this is some type of a racetrack, and this is a binder. So looking at all the little details, it's a binder, and then you can see there's something stacked underneath the track here to kind of elevate it. So I'm going to write a couple more of these ideas down. And then I can see it's a lamp, and that's the ultimate goal. So of all those ideas, I'm going to write some of those down. The materials that were used were dominoes, golf ball, toy car, race track, binder, lamp. And if there were more, obviously you could add more. Those were the materials that were used. And then the simple task that this Rube Goldberg performs is, well, at the end, when it worked, it turned on the lamp. And the last thing I need to do that you can see at the top is either having a picture, if that's what you decided to do, but since this is a video, I'm going to take this website from YouTube, copy it, and then paste it in here. So that is one source that I completed, and it is answering all 5 of these questions. And so at this point then I would go on to source number 2 and find a different video or picture that will help guide me. And so I would again go through these 5 questions after posting either the picture or the video link here.